Hello lads and ladies, and welcome back for another video on the channel. It is the most anticipated time of the year where we drop our EFL predictions for Sky Bet League 2. Now this has been hard this year. I think in my eyes you could look at maybe 15 clubs could get inside that top 7 or make a good case, and at the bottom end there's probably about 6 clubs that could probably go down. And then you've got 3 clubs that I'm pretty sure will be in and around the mid-table pack, who will probably now go and get inside the top 3. Let me know your predictions down below. Do you agree with mine? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Please note, this is just a prediction. I think I got 3 out of 24 right last year, which tells you these aren't going to be right. Every transfer won't be mentioned in this video, but I'll try and note the noticeable ones as well. Please make sure you are liked and you are subscribed. So go down there, press 200 likes for us. It's prediction time. It's exciting. If you haven't already, subscribe. We hit 17,500 subscribers yesterday. Now we want to go for that 18,000 subscriber mark and really push towards 20,000. Let's go. Prediction time. Bottom of the table. I went for them last year. I'm going to pick on them again. I've gone for Newport County. They struggled last year, didn't they? They stayed up. In the end, I thought Nelson Yarden did a really good job to keep County up. He did depart just before the end of the season. David Hughes, who's a very experienced youth level coach, who's come into the football club, first real stab at management. Signings wise, the likes of Jed Garner, Jordan Wright has come in as well, who's a good goalkeeper that has spent time at Lincoln and Grimsby. Ben Lloyd's coming from Swansea. I look at their squad and I think, where's the talent? They've got 31 players listed on Transfer Market as their squad. For me, there's a big squad there, and there's not really a lot of talent in there as well. In 23rd place, I've gone for Harrogate Town. I hate doing this because Harrogate Town are so relentless, are so good at what they do. They play for set pieces, they're so hard to play against. Simon Weaver and the Weaver family are that football club. Keeping them in the Football League and just getting there has been an achievement. Matty Folds, Matt Daly leaving the club, Marsh leaving the club. I just struggle to see where the X factor is a little bit as well. They're going to have to be robust. They're going to have to do things the Harrogate Town way. For me, I think there's better above them. And for me, this term, I think they could go. A club above them just staying in the division, and for me it should be 3 up, 3 down. I'm a massive advocate for that. For Cheltenham Town, they struggled in the back end of last season. They were alright in the kind of midpoint of it, but after a poor start you kind of expect them to pick up a little bit, which they did. I'm not a massive fan of Michael Flynn. I think he's very stubborn and I don't think there's a real connection there at the football club. X factor wise, they brought in the likes of Lee Angle, who got relegated last season with Morecambe. James Wilson is a solid addition, you know, who's a centre back coming in from Bristol Rovers. But for me, there's not a lot there, and I think they're going to struggle. Just above them is Crewe, and Crewe were shocking in the last half of last season. They were absolutely so poor, weren't they? They were second at one point and they ended up finishing the bottom half. Lee Bell has kept his job. He did a really good job the season before last, where he got them to the playoff final and lost out to Crawley. For me, they rely on a lot of young talent as well. I feel it's going to be a season of struggle for the Alex as they just survive relegation. In 20th place, I've gone for Accrington Stanley. Who are they? Well, they're going to be Football League for yet again another year. I believe it's 20 years in the Football League for Accrington Stanley. Big news, Andy Holton no longer really funding the football club. He still will fund so much a year. When they were in League One, they relied on that big crowd to boost the budget a little bit as well. But they have dipped into the non-league market, as they always seem to do. The likes of Isaac Sinclair coming in through the door from Curzon, as well as Oliver Wright as well, a goalkeeper. After last year, I didn't think Billy Crellin did enough. The save conversion rate was 54%. So every 2 shots that were pretty much going on target, you know, one of them were going in the back of the net. And Accrington, they need to be dogged and need to be difficult and not concede goals. 19th, Crawley. What you see is what you get with Scott Lindsay. But with Crawley, they could either finish 19th, 9th or 1st. That's what you get. They're an unknown quality, really. Scotland did so well to get them into League One. They lost the absolute core of the squad that summer. He left, went to MK Dons and joined. If he was there for the full season, I truly believe Crawley would still be in the 3rd tier right now. They did lose key players, the likes of Hepburn Murphy and Junior Katurna left the club. Jeremy Kelly has also left the football club as well. But for me, I still see it as a bottom end League 2 side, and I think it'll be one that just about stays in the division. In 18th place, I've gone for Oldham Athletic, and welcome back to the Football League. It's a better place with Oldham in it. I feel like Frank Rothwell at that football club. I think he's mad as a box of frogs, but he is Oldham Athletic, and he's everything that they've needed for decades, really, as well. They did lose promotion hero James Norwood to Fleetwood. So far, they've brought in the likes of Kane Drummond, who's coming from Chesterfield. Ryan Woods is coming from Exeter, adding a bit of experience as well. Donovan Daniels knows this division as well, adding the likes of Kieran Morris as well. Mickey Mellon's an experienced manager. He knows his division, and for me, I think Oldham will be just fine. In 17th, I've gone for Bromley. Michael Cheek is still at the football club, which is great news. Last season's top goal scorer within the 4th tier as well. Rumoured to be going to a number of League One football clubs. They have lost the likes of Danny Imray, who was, for me, one of the best players in League Two last year. Mitch Pinnock has also added a bit of experience as well. Left winger, adds a bit of creativity, and for me, can play probably bottom end League One football still. For me, I think they'll be more than capable of staying up. 16th, Shrewsbury Town, and I think they'll be disappointed with this. They have added a lot of experience, first being head coach Michael Appleton coming into the football club as well. He does best when he gets young, hungry players in on loan, like he did at Oxford, like he did at Lincoln with the likes of Brennan Johnson and co. For me, they've added enough experience and enough talent to stay in the division. I like the signing of Tom Anderson. Sam Clucas is another good player as well. Sam Stubbs had a very impressive season on loan at Cheltenham last term. Will Boyle as well. All very much experienced, 26, 27 years of age. Good ages, good pros that are experienced at grinding out victories in League Two. Very simple. I think it's very basic. More than capable of staying up. Not enough to go up. The rate of clubs coming down from League Two and having to reset, I think Shrewsbury need that. And I think that if Shrewsbury went back up, it would do them more harm than good right now. 15th, I've gone for Tranmere, an improvement on last season, and I think they've actually improved the squad. Richie Smallwood has added experience as well in midfield, pretty much played every minute for promotion chasing Bradford last season, and promotion is what they got. Nathan Smith is an excellent signing still at 29. I certainly would have had him at Fleetwood Town. Andy Crosby did an excellent job in the back end of last season. One thing I will say is when you are in a relegation battle and victories are needed, and morale is low, short-term success. I think you saw it with Gary Bowyer at Burton last year, and I think Dino Monria is a king of it going into a club, keeping them up. Long-term, is it sustainable? I think there will be a slight drop-off, but I think Tranmere are more than capable of finishing mid-table. Walsall are in 14th. Last half of last season was absolutely shocking. Matt Sadler kept his job, and I feel there's a pressure there. I feel if they lose maybe 2 or 3 of their first 5 games of the season, all of a sudden the mood changes around the football club. It all depends. And I think they are waiting for things to go sour rather than go well at the moment. I feel like if it goes well, they'll reserve comment. If it goes bad, it'll be Matt Sadler out. The likes of Aaron Presley has come in, who's a striker who did okay at Barrow in the back end of last season as well. Yet to really get his career up and running. Loves the relegation, does Aaron Presley, at Wimbledon and Accrington Stanley, to say the least. I felt they actually, in a way, take Nathan White that side, overachieve with that squad they had last season. Talking of those clubs that come down and need a reset, I think Cambridge are one. They've signed some good players and they've signed some players that I'm not too keen on. Gil Harris and I like Mark Bonner in the roles that they are. I feel they've had a new brand, they've had a new kind of infrastructure. So things are freshened up, and that's sometimes what you've got to do after relegation. That also means success doesn't always come straight away, and you've got to be a little bit patient. There's a Ben Purrington who has experience at 29. Feels older than that, does Ben Purrington. Kelly Ruddock and Panzu adds real talent as well. Played in non-league to the Premier League as well in the last few years as well. They've only won 35 games in the last 3 seasons. There's a big switch as a football club. Different players, different manager, but the mood around that football club is waiting for it to happen. I just think there's better than Cambridge out there at this moment in time. 12th, I've gone for Barrow. Let's start with the outs. They've lost Robbie Gotts, they've lost Kean Spence, they've lost Paul Farman, who have been a big part of what they've done in the last 2 or 3 years, and that's really progressed. They finished 9th and 8th under Pete Wow before a season last year of, well, they started really well, but even the start, they pretty much scored with every shot they had on target. It wasn't sustainable because they were winning 1-0, goals from corners and set plays and defending for their lives. And they've got counteracted and they started losing games of football. All of a sudden, Stephen Clements is out of a job. But one thing I really like Andy Wing. I think he's a breath of fresh air. I think that he puts his attention on his players as well. I think Barrow can go and push on. They signed the likes of Tom Barkhuizen, which I think is a great signing as well. Lewis Shipley, Tyler Walker was very good 5 years ago. He needs to find that form as well. For me, I think this will be a positive season for Barrow. I think that they just want to be front-footed, have a go, be entertained and feel proud of the team, which I don't think they did for the first 6 months of last season. Barnet, I am jumping on the Dean Brennan hype train. Barnet have signed a lot of players, so it could take a while to get going, but they've signed a mixture of everything. So this could either go one or two ways. Really well and finish mid-table, a bit like Bramley did, push on potentially. I've seen some people put them in the players, or it just doesn't gel together, but they've signed, I think, double digits of players, but they maybe needed that to freshen the squad. Ollie Hawkins can play in the centre forward role, or even at the back as well. Critchlow as well is a good player at this level as well. I think we've seen him at Bradford City as well. Good footballer. Orfabor I really like as well. I think he's a good footballer. I think that they've signed very well. I think they've got enough good players in that squad. A lot of mixture of a lot of players, but if it gets going, Dean Brennan's a fiery character. Barnet could be one to watch this season. 10th, I've gone for Fleetwood Town, and I think this will be an absolutely outstanding season for the Cod Army. After last season finishing 14th, winning 1 in 3, 15 wins, 15 draws, 16 defeats, 60 goals scored, 60 goals conceded. Under Pete Wild, the Cod Army have only lost back-to-back games once, but have only won back-to-back games twice. So that tells you everything you need to know. Constantly inconsistent. For me, Fleetwood have signed quite well. The likes of Denver Hume has come in, who had a lot of talent at Grimsby, getting the most assists in the 4th tier last term. I really like the signing of Tobin Millarkey. Will add a bit of experience. He's not the most high profile of players, but will add a bit of that kind of League Two grit to the side. Norwood and Ched Evans have also signed to add a bit of experience. Norwood, I still think, can score 15 goals if he plays enough games at this level. Ched Evans has had issues in the last few years with a neck injury as well, but it's his 3rd time at the football club. 99 appearances for Fleetwood Town. He'll certainly be getting over 100 this term. Well, we certainly hope so. Signing of Will Davis as well, I think it's a very good coup, and Fleetwood have picked up on that really well, and I think that's probably one of the smartest signings they've made for the club this year. I really like Pete Wild. I think he's a great guy, enthusiastic, experienced at this level, proven record of finishing inside top 10s in full seasons. For me, Fleetwood lack width. They do lack creativity. There's no real pace in the side. I like the midfielder, Bonds, Virtue, George Morrison, Helm, Neil, for example. It's a good core there, so hopefully Fleetwood can blend it all together and have a good year. Losses of Brendan Woodoo and Phoenix Patterson were always bound to happen, but Fleetwood can cash in and get nearly £500,000 for those two combined. In 9th, and I said this last year, I think that people who put this football club higher than they are putting them on the brand of the football club and who they are. Notts County, for me, they've lost the likes of David McGoldrick and Alex Bass, who are big losses for me. I thought Alex Bass was behind Goodman, probably the best goalkeeper in the division last term. I really like David McGoldrick. Giddy at 37, he's left the football club. And likes of Matthew Dennis, who show quality and glimpses at Carlisle as well. Martin Patterson as manager, who didn't really succeed at Burton, but did keep them up as well. Those non-negotiables in the end did come to fruition. Playoff push, but I don't think it'd be quite how they want to end up. In 8th, and it feels a bit like Groundhog Day when we come to talk about Gillingham in League Two. Everybody always fancies them. New manager with pedigree, Neil Harris, Mark Barney. This time it's Gareth Ainsworth, who I absolutely love and adore if you watch this channel on a regular. Gillingham have got a fan base waiting for success to happen and deserving success to happen. Realistically, the business hasn't really been too busy. But for me, there is enough talent in that squad under Gareth Ainsworth. I feel when it gets going and they get to know the principles, I feel they'll really get going. Playoff time. 7 clubs left. 7th, Salford. I think they've been in this division 6 years now, and only once they've got to the playoffs. That's not good enough. Gary Neville has instigated that he wants to still get to the championship. The ambition is still there. And for me, they've had a decent window. They've brought in couple of good goalkeepers and Mark Howard, who will probably be the backup goalkeeper. Matthew Young has come in as well. For me, they've got a more than capable squad. They've kept the core of last season. So for me, if Salford can blend it all together under Carl Robinson, who for me is still one of the best managers in this division, but it's time to prove it. Between January and kind of December, January last year, they won 7 on the spin. It's 6th. I love this man, and I hear more about this man than I do anybody else. mainly because I'm best friends with Jake Tong and he speaks about him like you wouldn't believe. But I've gone for Danny and Nicky Cowley's Colchester United, and they didn't half have a flirt with the playoffs last year in that February to March period, didn't they, when they won those 4 or 5 games on the spin. They've got enough talent in the squad. I think I like the signing of Jack Tucker, who's come back into the football club. Ben Perry's an also excellent signing. Will Goodwin. Now, if he can get going like he did at Cheltenham, it's a very good signing as well. A feel-good factor around the football club. Colchester United, 6th place, you're in the playoffs. 5th place, I've gone for Grimsby Town, who had an excellent season under Dave Artell, another experienced manager at this level, a project manager like he was at Crewe, like he is being at Grimsby. They had an excellent season to get so close last year to those playoff spots. Yet again, mid-season, they were excellent last term. Signings of Sam Lavelle, Christy Pym, know this division, I think are excellent and smart signings. They're not glamorous, but they'll get the job done. I like the signing of Jamie Walker as well. I think that's another excellent signing from Bradford. For me, they've got a lot of talent in there as well. If they can put it all together, who knows? Denver Hume leaving for Fleetwood, but back end of last season, I don't think they'll be too fussed about him going. In 4th place, if you said to me in October last year I'd be saying this about this football club, I'd have laughed at you. I'm going for Swindon Town under Ian Holloway. Now, Ian Holloway came in, it wasn't raved about at all, but what an excellent job that man has done. There's a lot of attacking talent in that squad when you look at it. They've still got Smith, they've signed Jake Tabor, who for me is an excellent signing as well. Billy Bowden, another excellent signing with experience as well. Tom Nichols as well. They've got an experienced manager that works at crisis football clubs, signs players, controls the club and wins promotion. Sounds familiar? I think if you're a Swindon fan, there's excitement there. Swindon 4th. Who'd have thought that 12 months ago? In 3rd, and I appreciate their work is far from done, and I think they're still 4 or 5 bodies short. But for me, I feel like Bristol Rovers. Last season's speed camera, it felt in League One, because everywhere it went, it was a bit flashy, flash, 3 points for the opposition. League Two, Darryl Clark, the men will be a fortress, you feel, and it'll be a hard, intimidating place to go. I like the signs of Jack Sparks. I feel he's an attacking left back that can add a bit of quality. Josh McEachran, I think, is an excellent signing as well. That's coming from Oxford. They are still 3 or 4 away. If they get the right bodies in, I still feel Bristol Rovers can get promoted this term. In 2nd place, I've gone for Milton Keynes Dons, Paul Warne. He doesn't do winning leagues. He wins automatic promotion like he did at Rotherham on the final day against Gillingham. Thanks to that, Paul. He kept Fleetwood up that day. Derby County was another one, was where he got promoted in 2nd place. Or promotion via the playoff. I feel that promotion will happen. They've signed a lot of good players. Callum Patterson is coming from Sheffield Wednesday. The likes of Gethin Jones will add experience. Nathaniel Mendes-Lang is probably the signing of the lot. Aaron Collins is also not a shabby signing as well. They've got a lot of quality in there as well. You feel that it's just waiting to happen for them. There's a lot of pressure around them as a football club for who they are, what they believe in, the ground, what they are as a club, but also the transfer activity and the amount of money that they've spent. But I think there's another club that might sneak under that radar a little bit more than the Milton Keynes Dons. You've got to be good to win a league. You've got to be experienced to win a league. You've got to have a lot of fight, a bit of experience, a bit of luck. Paul Cook, he's won a league or 2, hasn't he? I think they'll win the league next year. They've got the playoffs in the first season back in the 4th tier. They got the playoffs back in the first season, back in the 4th tier. The playoffs didn't turn up, fair play to them. They signed a lot of experience last term, but for me, the business has been quite solid. Mark Andy has come back into the football club who had a successful loan spell in the first half of last season as well. Sturk, I feel, is an excellent signing that at 24, defensive midfielder will add a bit of talent. Luke Butterfield is another one that's come in as well in that type of role as well. I feel everybody fancies Chesterfield because the manager, the squad that they've got in place as well, they've got the core from last year as well. Still got a good squad, experience at the level. Who knows? For me, I'm jumping on the Chesterfield hype train. They'll win the league. Overall then, Chesterfield winning the league, Milton Keynes Dons and Bristol Rovers as automatic promotion. Swindon, Grimsby, Colchester and Salford make up the playoffs. And then finishing inside those relegation places, unfortunately for them, are Newport County, bottom of the league, and Harrogate Town joining them also. They are my 2025-2026 League 2 predictions. Let me know what you think down below. Please get your comments in. Please drop us a like. Come on, 200 likes on a League 2 prediction video. Just go down there, it's free to do so. Subscribe as well because we want to get 20k this season. We'd love to join it. We'd love to do it all together. Be a community, all as one. Thank you so much for watching. Can't wait for the hate.